Let's do a part unboxing here. I feel like this part here makes it so much easier when you are dealing with aftermarket transmissions, put per se, like 4L80s in a 4L80 in an older car. That dipstick tube doesn't always have the right angle, and if you don't have a pipe bender, you will kink it and it will make it rough for you to try to get your dipstick back in. So this is my solution. All right, so of course I got it backwards because my address is on here. So and if you feel that you want to help and be a part of us putting these rides together, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe if you don't care. That's something I don't say a whole lot of. And then they say in the algorithm that's something you're supposed to say. But anyway, back to this opening, this box opening. Dipstick, man. This dipstick right here makes all the world the difference. It makes it easier because the other one is a solid dipstick. And it's, don't get me wrong, solid dipsticks are good to have, but when you having higher RPM cars, I know for sure if you don't have a locking dipstick in a higher RPM car, that dipstick will come out. Once that transmission builds pressure, it will push that dipstick out. And right behind that dipstick, guess what's coming out? Fluid. And you'll think that you've done something wrong. Excuse the microwave in the background. We are in the house here. But this end here, there's no need for that other rubber grommet that comes with the solid dipstick. These have O-rings, and these O-rings push down inside there. Sometimes it's tight to get these in if you don't have enough room between the floor and the firewall. Depends on what car you have. This is a tight fit, but it can be done. And then the filler tube, we're gonna go talk about the filler tube. This filler tube, hey, it is hard to put transmission fluid in this filler tube while the car is running and having the right size funnel and not making a mess. What I found it works. I will show y'all what I found it works. And it works well. I'll show you. I also use the same technique whenever I'm pressurizing the oil system in a motor also. I'll show you when we get done looking at this. But I'll show you what I use. And this thing, and it slides right in there, no problem. And the trigger locks, and you can put your transmission fluid in while the vehicle is running and not have transmission fluid everywhere. You know, is it hard to keep these? Yeah, try to put it somewhere where you know where it's at, or you can just probably get away with just using the actual, what I'm gonna show you without this. I'll show you. But let's open this other end. And they make them in all different colors. This here is a stainless and black. I was wanting black, but you know, stainless and black. And like I said, it is a locking dipstick per se. It is. I want to say it's made of some type of plastic inside there that flexes, and it will kink also. That's another thing. You try your best not to kink this stuff up. But it's got the rods in there. You just pull it out. And it does have markings, or does it not? Yes, it does. It does have markings. It says add and full. This is 4L80 specific, is the way I ordered it for. So, and it's just basically a metal rod that they smashed out here and etched it out there to say add and full. It does have O-rings out here. has a set screw here for this rod. Sometimes you may have to go back and tighten this up. I've had them loosen up on me. So you have to tighten them up and maybe put some Loctite on it. Tighten it up to where it will not come back out again. Because, you know, if this comes off and it's stuck in there, you might have to get some pliers to get it out. No big deal. But again, and this in here, that other way I'm gonna show you guys, you don't necessarily have to use this. Because it goes, it's backwards. They done gave it to me backwards. So it goes on this way. And then this goes inside there. And then you either put your funnel here or the way I do it, there. It gives you, you know, some of them are plenty long enough. As long as you got enough firewall space to put it, to mount it. Put your mounting spot here. Sometimes you might have to loosen this to get it to turn because of the bend. Because of this bend, the way they shipped it. I try to put them, get them out, get them straight. And not only that, it's, you know, with it being cold and it's been in the mailbox, it's gonna form to that cold, you know, being that it's cold. Once it warms up, it'll be more pliable. I haven't had any problems with any of these leaking. I actually used these on turbo setups before. They didn't push out the dipstick, nor did they push out this in here. So, was it this specific one made from this specific company? I can't say it is. I cannot say it is. But this is all bent up. I had to straighten it out. I want to say it's a piece of stainless. This will look like just regular old stainless welding TIG rod or something to me. I could be wrong. That's what it looked like. Get y'all some music in the background, maybe. Got breakfast jumping, y'all. So that's what y'all hearing. Y'all hearing breakfast. Breakfast jumping. Now, but what I have found though, sometimes it when you go to put it in, you know, to install it, it catches the lip down there. I haven't took one apart to know what it looks like down on the other side, but if it was beveled down on the other side, on the inside, I feel like this end right here wouldn't hit. It's like hitting a blunt object. Now, I'm going to tell you that I have taken a grinder and grinded a point on these, so it wouldn't be just this blunt edge. I just rounded it off a little bit to where when I go to slide them in there and install it, it doesn't catch that end and then hit, you know, sound like it's just hitting a brick wall. You know, sometimes you may have to turn it, but once you turn it, it goes in. So we'll look at the other thing I do. Like I said, what I use to fill it up. It sticks out plenty far enough to go inside the pan. The O-ring seal. You may have to tap this in. You know, put a little oil on your O-rings. Put a little oil on where this goes in on your transmission. Got it down where you need it. Tap it in, and you're good, man. You're good. I haven't had it. Like I said, I haven't had any problems with them, and they do form a little bit. Most part, it's gonna work. It's gonna work, man. It's gonna work. This is not necessary 100%. It is if you're just trying to use a funnel, or you can just get a little bitty funnel, stick it in here. But the size of this tube compared to the size of a factory tube, this is much smaller. This is a much smaller tube, so it will take longer to try to fill it up if you're just pouring it in with a funnel. And then, you know, you're pouring it in with the funnel, and it doesn't go in as fast as you think it should, and then you're spilling stuff everywhere. That's happened too. But man, the dipstick tube, or the 4L80, 4L60, 350 turbo, they make them for everything. Dipstick, and they make some very high dollar ones too. I can't say that there's any difference in the high dollar versus these. I don't know. But I do know that I've had good luck with these. I have, and they look pretty good. You know, on the firewall, they hide very well. You know, it's not a big red blocking. Not saying that's a problem. You know, factory dipstick there. These right here hide very well. You can put them where you want, to the side, right behind, you know, wherever you want to mount it, and call it good. We'll go and look at what I use to fill it up. I do this with this. I'll fill it up with this style dipstick or the factory style dipstick tube. It doesn't matter. I do it. I use this particular method on all my dipstick tubes to fill my transmissions up. When I, you know, always put some in your converter first and install and go that route.